Hello Taurus, thank you for joining me. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. This reading is going to look at the energies around the 13th to the 19th of July, but of course universal timing is fluid, so it'll be around about those dates or probably a little bit beyond those dates. It will resonate, but of course whenever you watch this reading, Taurus, will be the right time for you. I have done a meditation and a pre-shuffle with these cards. This is the Psychic Tarot by Jan Holland. I'll just do a final shuffle now and we'll see what the energies have to say. Just to mention that Mercury is starting to go forward motion again now after having been retrograde for a month or so. So things should start to get moving now, that if there have been any delays for you, Taurus. So let's see what the energies have to say for this particular reading. One underneath. Okay, and then just we'll do a layer on top of the Wheel of the Year tarot, this little tarot deck, which is really lovely. It's a beautiful day here in the Midlands in England. It's really nice. You can probably hear the birds singing outside now and again. I'll just lay these on top. Okay, there we are. Right, so at the heart of your reading, Taurus, we have an emotional withdrawal and the Six of Wands, which is celebration. So the emotional withdrawal card, now this could be about needing to have time out, have a rest, have time for yourself. You know, in everyday life, particularly if we're busy lives, we are emotional beings, aren't we? And so it pulls our emotions are pulled this way and that way, and there's lots of demands on us, aren't there? So sometimes we have to withdraw emotionally just to recharge, don't we? And I feel that's what the energy of this card is saying. It's just something, perhaps this is what you are feeling at this time, or is this what's coming in. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is about celebration. So this is it when we've had achievements, we've done really well. There's really a good job been done, and people around are applauding, and people are recognise that achievement. And it's probably because of that there's a need now to emotionally withdraw, just to have a rest, have a break from perhaps all the hard work and the dramas that have been happening, but the universe wants to say, you know, well done for a good job, well done. And it's fine, we all need to emotionally withdraw every now and again. It's what helps us to keep going sometimes, and to recover, to just think about ourselves now and again. Now the challenge for you is this firm foundation. This is the root chakra, and this is about keeping grounded, the practical side of life, whether it's working, perhaps going to work, perhaps because of this COVID-19 situation, people are starting to go back to work now. This may be a little bit of a challenge for you, Taurus, now, because things are so fluid, aren't they, at the moment? But so this firm foundation, which is about security, safety, earnings, income, and money, etc. And also the root chakra is also about being grounded, keeping your feet firmly on the ground. But that energy is a bit of a challenge for you at this time. So here we have the Ace of Swords. Now the Ace of Swords generally in ordinary tarot is about a brand new beginning, clear, good communication coming in about something new beginning. Now in this particular deck, and I have to go by the imagery as well and the energy of different decks, in this particular deck, we've got this sword that's clearly there, that came in, but it came in some time ago. Look, we've got the vine that's growing around it, around the sword, and the person that the sword came down for, the opportunity that it came down for, has got his back to the sword, and is very much in his own space, and he's not looking. So this opportunity hasn't been accepted. It's been around for quite a while, but he's not looking at it, and it's not being accepted, but it's still there. But this is a challenge. So this new beginning, new opportunity that's hanging around, perhaps to do with something to do with work, perhaps, or career, being grounded. No, I think it's more about work and career. I think these are the challenges for you at this time. Okay. And probably because of your need to emotionally withdraw, because they're two different. This is from the heart part of the deck, the emotions, you see, and the firm foundation. This is very much from the work part of the deck and the practical side of matters. Right. So what's in your power at this time, Taurus? Well, we've got obstacles and challenges, this is about when we have to negotiate our way through the gaps, through the splits in things. And this person, you can see his feet, is walking across this plank, and he's got to negotiate his way across the plank because of the big gap in it, look, and there's a deep fall to the ravine below. But the orbs are all around, so the spirit energy, universal energies have got this person's back and are going to help him negotiate his way forward through the obstacles and the challenges. And of course, number 5 is all about challenges that we come up against, difficulties. But this is in your power position, Taurus. So, okay, and the clarifier is the 10 of Swords, and that's saying about a very difficult situation that's been around for you is now coming to an end. All right, so that's coming to an end, and you are going to be able to make your way over these, or you have been negotiating all the obstacles and challenges that have been around for a little while, but it's saying this is now coming to an end. This is coming to an end. Okay. And what else is in your power? Well, we've got prosperity begins and the 8 of Cups, or the 8 of Chalices. So prosperity begins. This is about working together. This is about work, practical matters, keeping well rooted. You can see the peach tree has got some good roots down, and they've been growing some beautiful peaches. But there's 2 people here working together, look. And because they're working very well together, then life is prosperous between them. Life is prosperous. So what it's saying is this is in your power, and this is from the work part, the practical, the earth part of the deck. And then the 8 of Cups, or the 8 of Chalices. Now this is when somebody has to leave. This is a leaving card. Now, it can be something different for all of you, Taurus. It won't be the same for everybody. But I think this is to do with something to do with prosperity, to do with work. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps a promotion, maybe. But it means somebody having to leave. You can see the man leaving. He's got his bag over his shoulder, he's got his backpack, and it looks like he's going off to work, doesn't it? And so there's a sadness because he's having to go to work. Now, this is either about somebody having to leave to do with work, perhaps as straightforward as what's on the card, or this is somebody having to leave a particular job, but with a level of sadness, because there's a level of sadness in this card. You can see the young woman, she's quite tearful, having to say goodbye. All this could represent a change of career or a change of job, So there's lots of different meanings for this card according to the context of readings, but I do feel this is to do with somebody having to leave or go away for a while or move on because of something to do with work and building up the coffers, if you like, helping a situation to become more prosperous. Okay, please let me know what your thoughts are in the message section below the video. I'm always very interested to hear whether it resonates with some of you. Now, in the outcome position, we have the deception and envy, which is from the mental part of the deck, and the Princess of Cups, or the Princess of Chalices. Now, with the deception and envy card, this is about how you present yourself to the world, to others. Perhaps you have to put a mask on, Taurus, to present yourself for whatever reason. Or this is about somebody around, somebody that you know that is wearing a mask, that doesn't present themselves, and they wear a mask, so they're not who they're not presenting how they actually are. So there's a bit of a deceptive energy going on around. Now, you know, in life, Taurus, sometimes we have to wear a bit of a mask, don't we? In different situations, we have to put on a mask and present perhaps differently to how we're actually feeling. So, you know, so that's one part of it. But I think perhaps just to be mindful that this energy may be around, and if it's not to do with yourself, then it may be to do with an energy that's around. It may not be immediately around you. It may be in your wider community. But it could be that somebody is quite jealous of you, Taurus, and your position and what you have. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that energy. That somebody, you know, could be being deceptive to you, or to you and yours, if you like. So however it resonates with you, Taurus. And then we have clarify the Princess of Cups, or the Princess of Chalices. And this is a very romantic card. It's the princess wears her heart on her sleeve. She sees the beauty in things. She loves the nature. She loves her surroundings. She loves animals, birds, you know, going out into the countryside. She loves beauty. So a very sensitive soul, a very sensitive energy. So I feel we've got two different people here, Taurus. And now this may be yourself, Taurus. This may be you, your energy, the Princess of Chalices. But it may be then that you have this deceptive or an envious energy from somebody else around you who is quite envious of who you are and how you are. So just bear that in mind. It may not apply to you at all, Taurus. So if this reading isn't for you, then that's absolutely fine. Perhaps another reading will be. But this certainly will be for some of you. Now, something else that the universe wants to say just before I wrap this up is about power and strength. This is about staying strong, staying in your power, being clear with who you are. And this is about, you can see that it's half lion, half man, looking straight ahead. So don't forget, you have an inner power, Taurus, to cope with anything that's going on around you. So you have a strength about you. And here's the Hermit shining a light, looking into things, looking into, you know, what's going on, trying to get to the bottom of something, reading this unusual language and trying to get an understanding about it. All right, so I'm going to have to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, Taurus. Thank you for joining me, and please join me again going forward into the future. Take care now. Bye bye.